Hey guys, so good to see you. It's been a little while, and I'm going to have a chat about that another day, but I had a really great reminder this week about why no doesn't really mean no. It often means not yet. And how what you're doing with your marketing, even though you might feel like it's having no result because there's no direct result that's happened immediately, it actually is having an impact on your business. And I've got this story to share with you that I'm sure that you're going to relate to. So have you ever had a prospect who you've had a call with, maybe you've had a bit of a sales conversation and you're thinking, yes, this is exactly the person for me. They're a great fit. I can 100% help you. You've had a great conversation and you're really thinking, yep, this one is done. We're going to be working together. And then you've gone away and sent them your next steps. Maybe you sent your proposal or you sent your link for them to sign up with you, and silence, nothing. And you're like, oh my God, I've got nothing back from this person, but I thought that we were, this was a really great fit. It was such a good call, and you just start having all the doubts. Now, this is what happens to me. This actually happened to me earlier this year. I was thinking, oh, that must mean that my price was just too expensive for them. Maybe she didn't really like me and she was just sort of seeming like she did because she didn't want to hurt my feelings. Maybe I gave her too many options and I confused her. Literally, my brain was running like this thinking, well, there's got to be something wrong because she was keen on the phone and now we've got off the phone, she's not keen. So me being me, I know that you've got to follow up, more than once. So I did reach out another couple of times and didn't get anything back. And I thought, okay, well, that's done. We move on, right? We bounce back and we move on. And so I carried on doing what I normally do. And this week, or I think it was actually the end of last week, so I got this email out of the blue from this lady, and she was like, hey, I'm ready. I'm really keen to work with you. Like, when can we start? How can I sign up? Please give me the next steps. And I was just blown away because this was months ago. And I thought, you know what? It actually makes a huge difference. Just the fact that she was the right fit. And so I got that reminder of if a client is the right fit, if they really are your ideal client and you have that conversation with them, they're a prospect and you know that you'd be a good fit to work together. If they're saying no right now, then it's probably not a no. It's not a firm no. It's not the wall has gone up. It's just meaning not yet. And that's exactly what had happened to this client. It just was not yet. She wasn't quite ready yet. She had a whole lot of stuff going on in her personal life. She had a whole lot of other things that were just taking up her time, and she wasn't ready in herself, I think, to start on this journey. It didn't mean that there was anything wrong with my offer. It didn't mean there was anything wrong with my program. It didn't mean there was anything wrong with me, but I'd made all of that mean that there was something that I did wrong. And that's why I think that, my lesson in that is no doesn't mean no if they are the right fit for you. And that's why I guess, making sure that you do know who your right fit client is so that you're having those conversations with the right people. It just means you're putting that in the bank there. You've had a sales call with someone. That call is like you've got taken one step with them. With some people, that journey might take longer than with others, and that's okay. That's, everybody moves at different speeds. But you're banking it. You're banking that call. And every interaction after that is actually helping you to extend that relationship, to build and nurture it, even if you're not reaching out directly to them. So my weekly emails, showing up on social media, things that I'm doing for my entire audience are still helping me nurture that relationship with that prospect. And when they're ready, yes, they turn up, and of course I could reach out again, and I do with my prospects. I touch base with them every now and then to see how they're getting on. But I'm not talking about doing a hard sell here. I'm actually saying, guess what? Everything you're doing is having an impact. And that has been a great reminder for me this week on just the power of the follow-up, but the power of your content, your marketing, what you're doing is having an impact. Because when the no, not yet turns into a I'm ready now, you're still present, you're still front of mind, you're still that person that they want to reach out to and take that next step forward with you, because you're showing that you're still there, that you're still here, you're still offering that same value that they had when you were on the call with them. It was just huge. So I hope that story has, gives you some insights to think, when somebody said no to you, and even if they've given you a reason right now, which people always will say, oh, it's too much for me. It's my budget doesn't stretch to that. It's not, I can't afford it. That's usually the default response to anything, right? However, if they're the right fit for you, then that doesn't mean no forever. That just means not right now. They're not ready to take that step. And knowing that they're still there in your pipeline. There's still somebody who has an option to buy from you at some point in the future. So know that and think about what is it that they might need to understand. What is it that they might need to work through? They might have a barrier in their mind that is stopping them from taking that next step with you. Maybe they're not sure whether they can do it. Maybe they're not sure of, what their option is and their result that they could get. That doesn't mean that your service, your offer, your pricing, anything is wrong with it. So if you've, really, aligned, I love to do this. So when I work with my clients, we work on really hard on who their ideal customer is, and then aligning your service offering to them. That this is a great fit. It's giving them what they need. So if they're saying no, it's not about the price. It's not about the offer. It's actually often there's something that's in their way that they're thinking they can't do this right now. They're not ready yet. Why aren't they ready yet? So the more that you can peel back those layers and get really deep underneath the surface and find out what it is that they think is making them not ready, then you can start to address that in your content. You can start to help them break that barrier down so that you get that response sooner. So keeping on doing your content, helping people to get into a place where they're closer to buying from you, and making sure that you keep extending that invitation. I do something really simple in my weekly emails where I always have an invitation. If they're ready now, then here's how you can take that next step. It's not a sales pitch, it's not a push, it's merely here's an invitation. If you're ready, you can take it. And so for that person who is ready, they know straight away how they can reach out, how they can take that next step with me. And that just makes their life easy. I kind of think about it like, why not make it easy for them? We don't need things to be difficult. Let's make it easy, and you'll have people who are coming into your world and then taking that step with you at the right time for them, because we don't want someone to be forced into doing something when it's not the right time for them. And everybody will know when that is. Sometimes we just need a bit of confidence to break down that barrier that we've put in our place that's telling us we're not ready, and maybe that's not true that they're not ready. So maybe we can look at, how can you help them break that barrier down? How can you help them feel ready? How can you help them see that they are ready now, that there is no better time than now, that this is the right one for them? And let them make that decision, because we're not here to convince anybody to buy something that's not right for them. So, when you've got your right fit clients and you've got them in front of you, then guess what? Everything that you're doing is having an impact. And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of knowing your ideal customer and really being able to share with them, connect with them on that level, because everything that you do is helping them to become more ready to work with you. And that's really all I had to say today. So love to hear from you if you've had that experience yourself, if you've been in a place where you really go into the doubt. So you get a no from a client and you start thinking, I've got to change my pricing, it must be too expensive. And maybe you go into a bit of a spin of thinking you need to change. Where I think that if you've got your pieces of your strategy right, you don't need to change, you just need to continue. And you just need to continue, hold that space for that person, help them get into the place where they do feel ready, because there's something there that's stopping them from taking that step. And it's probably not about you. That is the big learning. So that's my message for today. Stop looking inward, thinking that you need to change, that you need to be cheaper, that you need to change your pricing, that you need to offer a different service because what you're offering isn't right. If you've designed it because you know your ideal customer, you know what it is that they want, you know what they need and how to get them there, then trust in yourself. It's actually them. And what you can best do is help them get ready to move forward with you. Help them to see that they are ready. So think about that. What does that mean for your clients? Why do they think they're not ready yet? What is it that they're holding back from because of? When you think about this, and this is something I love to challenge my own clients on when they say it, I'm like, if your client thought that time and money were not a problem, so if we broke those two barriers down, because they're our usual go-tos of why we can't do something, time and money. If they had all the money in the world and the time in the world, would this be a no-brainer for them? Is there any other reason why they might not take that step forward with you? Because that may be what you find, that there's another reason there that you're not thinking about, that you could help them understand and reframe it for them. Help them see that they are actually ready. Or help those who are not ready to know what they need to do to get ready, right? And then, we've got this lovely business where we're getting people at the right time when they're ready. And I had the best session with this new client this week. She's so pumped. She's so enthusiastic. She is so ready. And she said to me, I only regret not starting with you sooner. And I was like, no, it's fine. You weren't ready then. You're ready now. Now is the best time, and you're 100% ready. You're ready to do the work. You're ready to get deep on this. You're ready to do it. This is the perfect time for you. And we can let go of those regrets. We can let go of thinking that, we should have already done this. No, there was obviously something that needed to happen first. She wasn't in the right place. She is now. And you can think about that too with your clients. How can you get them to that place where this is the right time and they're 100% ready to take action? Okay, and that's it. Lovely to chat with you and talk to you guys soon. Bye.